everyone. There is no particular theme of the video this week. I just wanted to document how my weekends usually go, so I decided to do my first vlog today. For the past few months I've been doing pretty much the same things. I either go for a hike or cycle or I'm filming something, and in this vlog I'm doing all of those things and more. So if you are interested, I'm glad that you are here and enjoy. This is Dan, my friend and probably the friendliest person you'll meet in Australia. After a long and cold winter, it was finally nice and warm outside, so we decided to go to the Royal National Park, which is just around 40 kilometers from Sydney. I wanted to do a coastal hike because those are always interesting, and first thing we saw when we arrived was this poor dead seal. We enjoyed the rest of the hike so much though. I'm also proud to announce that this is my first sponsored video ever. Sponsor is Dan, who paid for the candy. He bought it in the gas station and I'm pretty sure it was around $50. So go check his channel, link is in the description, and thank you Dan. On our way through this small jungle we saw a cave painting, and I like to think that it's like thousands of years old and not the work of the teenagers from our modern era. We should have brought swimmers, but the water was still cold when we arrived to the waterfall, although it could seem like it's warm in the video. And not much happened on our way back to Sydney, so I'm not gonna bother you with that. I spent pretty much the whole next weekend in the CBD. The weather app said that it's gonna be really hot today, and it was already 30 degrees at 9 am. So I put on some sunscreen, and with the heavy backpack full of film gear I cycled to the city. I locked the bike right under the Opera House. I don't need to worry much about it being stolen in Sydney, so I left it there almost the entire day. It's a 40-minute bike ride from my house to the city, but I enjoy it every single time. It's so much better than sitting in the train and then walking around. My plan was to grab a few shots of the Opera House first. I just can't get enough of it, even though it's my 7th year living here in Sydney. It was so hot there and almost no shadows. So I started moving towards the Botanic Garden, which is one of my favorite places in the city. I discovered these stingless bees there and I thought that they were just flies, but you can see the pollen on their knees when you look closely. They are native species here in Australia and it was the highlight of my day. I found this quiet place with no people around and I thought it's gonna be great to film few clips here, but I had to run because I was viciously attacked by a bunch of mosquitoes here. This is my favorite place in Botanic Garden. It's the fernery with the small pond full of koi carps, and right next to it it's Calyx, which is the biggest green wall in southern hemisphere. You can even rent this place for weddings or some other celebrations, and the price starts at I think $6,500. Here I realized that I haven't eaten anything the whole day and started walking back to my bike. On my way through the city I had to stop by this water fountain. If you like movies and cinematics, yes, this is the place where they filmed the iconic scene with the woman in the red dress that distracted Neo.
Patiently waiting on my dreams to come true, hoping and praying one day that they do. Oh, I don't know how, and I don't know when, just patiently waiting till then. Patiently waiting each day that goes by, staring out windows at stars in the sky, imagining one day I'll be one of them, but patiently waiting till then.
This weekend I also got to do one of my favorite activities. I went to donate the blood. I do this since I was 18 and I always try to bring my friends and colleagues with me, and surprisingly I was much more successful in Slovakia than here in Australia. It's nothing painful. You donate this little bag which is 470 milliliters. It usually takes like less than 10 minutes. The best part of the whole process is this waiting room where you are asked to wait like 15 minutes after donation in the case of any complications. But there is a lot of free drinks and food here. My favorite has to be the kombucha, some salty crackers, milkshake, chocolate frogs and koalas, and definitely the meat pies too. After the donation, I headed deeper to the city because I wanted to see the marathon race. There were more than 17,000 people running this year. The heat wave was still present in the city, and it was already 29 degrees at 10 am. Ouch. I could cycle pretty close to the racetrack, but I wasn't brave enough to go anywhere near the finish line that was right by the Opera House this year. I had a look from afar and the crowd was big and scary. I finished the Sunday visiting my favorite city beach spot. On my way back home I stopped in the QB and I bought some sushi and a bubble tea. I donated the blood today, so I deserved it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about Sydney or blood donation, or if you want to join me next time, leave a comment, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, then I'll see you in the next one. See ya!